Welcome to Campaign Craft, where I help you craft your campaign with an exciting product from GTG Minis. Geek Tank Games has a bundle on their online store where you can get all 8 of their tabletop tokens. That's terrain for camping sites, wilderness, graveyard, rooftops, city, town market, castle insides, castle siege, and dungeon sets, plus these sleeves. Let's look at these minis, and let's see if a little under $20 is enough for 60, is it all 60? 80 here, 30 here, 40, 20, that's not a lot, but they're bigger. 10, again, not a lot, but bigger. 30, okay, that's more like it. And 50, okay. So a large variance in the amount. Let's see if the amount that we're paying, a little under $20 each, is worth it for this product. On first blush, lot of trees. Trees just seem to be the hard thing in D&D, and part of the reason I think is you're either going to have something obstructing your view, like a pillar with a tree trunk and whatnot, or you're going to have something flat like this that can just be walked over. Ooh, winter and fall. That's a pretty neat variation. Let's see if they all have that. Yeah, winter, fall. Okay, so it's looking like it's going to be the same kind of set of trees over and over again with the same seasonal updates. And then ooh, the rocks are slightly different. Okay, I don't see this as a problem, it being like repetitive. Because, your characters are wandering through a forest, you want to populate that forest, you throw down a bunch of trees, enemies can take cover behind them. Characters can climb up in them. It's flat, so it's not going to obstruct people's views, and people can suspend their disbelief and use their imaginations for the height of the tree. So, all in all, good stuff. Check out camping. One thing I have to add about GTG minis. They only sent me 7 of these in the mail when I ordered them. I had ordered the 8 as part of the bundle, and I got 7 in the mail. And I emailed them back, and they made it right. They actually shipped out the product the same day. They had excellent customer service. So very happy with Geek Tank Games as a company. They also threw in an additional little discount code for any future purchases. First blush, I get why they're having trees. It's camping, and you're gonna have trees camping, but they know that people are gonna buy more than one of these. These are the same on both sides, so a little bit, I won't say disappointed, but a little bit underwhelmed by this aspect of this campsite. Okay, you got your spit roasting food. You got your pot cooking, fire, coals that have gone out. I guess coals that have gone out even more. Still some overlap with the other set. This is where we're starting to see some variation. You got 2 different types of tents, bedrolls, boats, carts. So you have enough tents to make a fairly large, campsite. Oh, it's a lean-to. I like the, okay, gotta say, I really like the variation in tents. You got big tents like a kind of teepee. You got kind of more square tents. You got your kind of classic looking tent, and then you have bottomless tents and lean-tos. I didn't expect that much variation in the types of tents we'd be putting up, but I appreciate it. Unfortunately, everyone has the tiny hut spell, and they won't need these. As a DM, travel and camping is a big part of the fun, and spells that provide a night of perfect shelter just kind of kill that action. But it has what I want. It has what I need for camping. It just has more overlap than I would like with the other set. Oh, this one's not perforated. I don't have a knife on me. I'm going to be a savage. You didn't see that. Graveyard, let's go. Okay. A lot of tombs. Oh, that's nice. There's some variation with these. Some of them are empty on one side, and some of them have bodies on the other. That's good. You could, oh man, my mind's working now. You know, players go through a graveyard with open graves and skeletons in it. Mummies in the tombs. They come back later, and they're all empty. Oh, okay. Don't think this fits the graveyard vibe. Maybe wilderness more. Lot of walls here. Statues, a nice entrance to a tomb. Good for dungeons. Nice color change. I like that. Ooh, bring out your dead. Well, that's at least a little more civilized. Different colorations. Okay, I'm liking the graveyard set. It's got a lot of options with the 2D walls, different color palettes on opposite sides. I kind of wish the campsite set had done that with the trees. Just maybe do the same trees with slightly different colorations. I'm really excited to put these all together to make some sort of neat dungeon or challenge with them, because I've got a lot of stuff to use. A lot of these mausoleums over here, they remind me of Link to the Past with its graveyard near the castle. Dungeon set. Hey, that's evocative of the old AD&D book cover. That's nice. All right, I would say, as a general rule with dead bodies, I can just lay a mini on its side and call it a dead body. I'm not complaining that they put corpses in here. I guess I am, but it's not a big complaint. Freshly dead, old dead. Ooh, there's a little bit of shipping damage there. I'm not gonna take that out on GTG minis. Okay, lava, water, acid, water. Crack in the ground, hole in the ground, good for traps, good for more natural challenges. Sconces on pillars, nice. Reminds me of Legend of Grimrock. Ooh, more traps, these are good. Bridges, broken and otherwise. These are a bit larger than the ones I already have. The ones I have are like 1 inch wide at most. Treasure chests, I have a lot of treasure chests floating around. More pillars, those would be good for taking cover. I'm not used to them doing this isometric thing. Normally they do the direct top-down view. But this set has been a lot of ISO. Well, I guess they do ISO. Okay. More pillars. This sort of thing here will be really good for centerpieces to rooms. Ooh. Yeah. Things got a lot darker. Yeah, you could have a dead body on top of the magic circle with a fountain of blood in the other room, in the same room, and has just some really creepy cult stuff going on. A green fire. Yeah, this is good stuff. Going up against evil cults and monsters that sacrifice people to their dark gods. Yeah, liking this. An Iron Maiden, again, not a real torture device, but who cares? This is fantasy. Silver. Or Electrum. You find a pile of... Oops, what was that doing here? No, flip that over. Electrum. And then my party rage quits. That's desks. Okay. Yeah, so with the dungeon stuff, I have a lot of the stuff already in other sets, but some of it's unique, like this stuff, the statues and the magic circles of those particular natures. I think this is good stuff. Add flavor to every room you go into. Oh, another one. Look away. Town market set. Now, I almost broke this one out the other day. We needed a pile of bodies. Our paladin had gone ham on a cult, and a lot of that fight was off screen. I considered popping this open before the unboxing, just to give him a pile of bodies to stand atop or to have laying out in front of him for the scene. But I decided to save this for y'all. All right. A keep, a wall. See, in D&D Tiles Reincarnated, they have something like this, and I think it goes all the way around. We have variations. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's just color palette swap. Why not palette swap in a way that denotes two different cultures? Why not we have turbans and flowing, billowing garments, and the other one we have like medieval peasant clothes? It just seems like it would cover more ground. Okay, I do like the cult hoods. You know, you kind of have what looks like could a normal religion kind of procession. And then you have what definitely looks like a cult. Okay, 2 types of town guards and another set of types of town guards. So the cool thing about that is we could have, you could have different factions. You could use these for a battlefield where you have armies fighting and your players are just involved with it. Good town market stuff also. And I could literally lay these out and let my players go shopping. Not bad. Good stuff. I wish there had been more castle. But let's see if the rooftop sets complete what the town market left off on and give us an entire town's worth of content. Rather large and varied roof styles from the first look I have. And I'm guessing it's going to have one side of them will be ruined and one side of them will be nice. And if I had to guess, the fires will be magical and non-magical. Let's see if I've guessed what's going on in the middle of this pack from the top and bottom. Alright, top, we have big house, ruined big house, magical fire. Looks like I was right. Big house. Oh, interior! I was wrong and I love it. That's great. That's a tavern. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Ruined house. Okay, now I'm liking the ruined houses. Now I wish all of them had an inside. Hold on. Oh, now I'm torn. Like, I like the ruined houses, but I also wish there had been something else on this side. Like, why are we kicking the trend now? Okay. So I like the ruined houses. I wish we had more of this because this is really cool. And I don't know why the thatch roof, didn't have one where it was just burned to ashes. Like it's a thatched roof. You throw some fire on it, it's gone in a second. You're not going to make an entire town, but you can certainly make one neighborhood, which is really all you're going to need. And you can rearrange them for the next neighborhood. But if you're trying to make a really big sprawling town, you would have to buy at least 2 sets for it. Castle Siege set. Castle Siege. Now, I had reviewed an item in the past where it came with a ballista. This is a lot more than a ballista. Wish they had broken ones on the back so that my players could destroy the siege engines to help turn the tide of battle. The ladders for taking the castle. I'm really liking this stuff. Some sort of siege engine. Long ladders. Giant ballistas, big cannons. Still wish there was a variation on the bottom where it was broken, but it is what it is. I guess these are for crossing gaps. I don't, or a hatch to get down into the keep. Here's my thoughts on the Castle Siege set. I love the siege engines. Wish there was a broken opposite side. Good stuff. Now let's look at the castle furnishing. Now there's overlap with dungeons for this stuff too. Because you can have a dungeon where stuff is furnished and not destroyed, or not ancient. You can have it a recently abandoned keep. You could have a surprisingly well-furnished dungeon, considering all you thought were in there was goblins, and then you find there's a wizard or something like that. I'm going to see if these have double-sided or different illustrations of both sides. That's going to change the overall value of the set. Because really, having the variations, even if it's small variations, really makes it for a more dynamic offering. Okay. Same on both sides. Not a bad dining room set. Ooh, someone slew a dragon. Is that the same color of stone? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. So I'm not going to say it's a disappointing set because it's not. It's got a lot of good stuff that I can use. It's got barrels and chests and things you'd find in storerooms. It's got nice, rugs and tables. It's got furniture of all kinds, beds and whatnot. I just wish it had an opposite side to it. Maybe more cabinets and stuff, or wardrobes. Why do they do isometric for some, but top down for others? It's a little tiny bit underwhelmed with this one, but it's not because there's not a lot of stuff. Because look at this, you got all sorts of doors and cool furnishings and normal furnishings The only problem I have with this set is it's the same image on both sides, and it really could have increased the variation if they had thrown in a few more. Also no wardrobes, but that's a personal thing. Altogether, I paid $124-ish for this terrain. It was on sale when I got it. If you can get it on sale, jump on it in a heartbeat. If you can't get it on sale, and you want to spend $150 on a large chunk of terrain that will see you through a lot of different circumstances, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I'd give it a on sale 100% get it, full price, maybe buy as you need it as you go on. And these make a whole lot of sense considering how many of these there are, and it's so much easier to flip through them when you have a sheet like this to do it with, and you're not just, I've got all these flat things and they're sticking together. I have to give huge kudos to Geek Tank Games. They have excellent customer service. They got back to me right away, and they make a good plastic 2D mini. This has been Geek Tank. This has been a review of Geek Tank Games. I'm DM Sleeper for Campaign Craft, and I hope this helps you craft your campaign. I want to try that again. I hope this helps you craft your campaign. You see, it's just not as smooth as when I do it with a deck of cards.